Picture this, a successful person always put together with a list of achievements that go on for miles. But beneath that shiny exterior, there's a persistent hum of worry and concern that's never quite silenced. This is the world of someone living with high-functioning anxiety. Typically, we think of anxiety as panic attacks or clear avoidant behaviors. High-functioning anxiety paints a different picture. On one side, there's success, accomplishments, and composure. On the other, a constant undercurrent of anxiety, a loop of worries and what-ifs that are always playing in the background. Stay tuned as we dive into the hidden world of high-functioning anxiety, and please hit that like button and subscribe to see more of my videos. I appreciate it, and it helps me spread the word to help others. Alright, imagine this. You're baking a cake for your friend's birthday party. You've picked the most complicated recipe. Not just any cake will do. It needs to be perfect, a culinary masterpiece. You carefully measure each ingredient to the exact amount. The butter is softened to room temperature, the eggs are farm fresh, and the vanilla extract is only the finest from Madagascar. The batter is velvety smooth, and into the oven it goes. You watch it rise, anxiously hoping it won't crack or sink. And when it's done, you're not just frosting it, you're practically sculpting a work of art with layers of buttercream. Oh, I'm getting hungry. Finally, there it is, a 3-tiered, perfectly frosted cake. But while everyone else sees an incredible cake, you only see the layers that aren't perfectly aligned or the frosting isn't smooth in one tiny corner. Sound familiar? This is what it's like to live with the perfectionism often associated with high-functioning anxiety. The constant pursuit of the perfect cake in every aspect of life can lead to unnecessary stress and pressure. While our cake story may sound extreme, it's a real experience for those with high-functioning anxiety. Life isn't about baking the perfect cake every time. It's okay to have a few cracks or imperfect frosting. The most important thing is the love and effort you put into it. When was the last time you tried to bake the perfect cake in your life? Let's share in the comments and learn and grow together. On to number 2, overthinking and constant worrying. Let's go on a little trip, shall we? Imagine you're about to set off on a well-deserved vacation. The excitement is palpable, but so is something else. You find yourself checking and rechecking your packed bags. Did you pack enough socks? What if it rains and you don't bring a raincoat? Did you remember your toothbrush, your charger, your passport? You've checked everything twice, but what ifs won't quiet down. So you unpack and repack again and again, wrestling with endless stream of thoughts. Can you see where we're going with this? You're on the plane now, but the rest is anything but restful. Are the doors securely locked at home? Did you turn off the stove? Will your plant survive without being watered? Is a pet sitter reliable? Welcome to the world of overthinking and constant worrying, another hallmark of high-functioning anxiety. This mental suitcase is perpetually being packed and repacked with worries, scenarios, and what-ifs, even when there's evidence that everything's okay. Like our vacation story, these what-ifs can feel never-ending and take away from the joy of the present moment. Overthinking doesn't just take a vacation with you, it can invade every part of your life, causing distress and unease. Our third sign is physical symptoms. Imagine you're a finely tuned sports car, a marvel of engineering. Your engine hums along perfectly, and you're the envy of everyone on the road. But let's take a look under the hood. Even the best engines can overheat with too much strain, and the signs aren't always obvious. A blinking light here, a slight tremble there. You might notice a slight rattle, but you ignore it. Maybe you feel an unusual tremor, but you keep pushing, thinking it's just a rough patch in the road. The oil pressure rises, the temperature creeps up, and the fuel consumption is slightly off. But it's easier to ignore the signs than to hit the brakes and figure out what's wrong. Like a car's warning signs, your body sends signals when under too much stress. It could be a constant feeling of tension, sleep problems, or even gastrointestinal issues. The physical symptoms of high-functioning anxiety aren't always obvious. Unlike a sports car's warning lights, they might seem minor at first, but when these symptoms persist, they can take a toll. Our bodies speak to us, and it's important to listen, and ignoring the signs doesn't make the problem disappear. Number 4 is procrastination. Picture this, you've got an important project due, and it's sitting on your desk, or that tab blinking on your computer screen. Now there are 2 roads you can take. Road 1, you constantly delay, avoid, and push it back. The project seems like an enormous mountain you're not ready to climb. You find 100 little tasks that suddenly seem urgent. Cleaning your desk, reorganizing your files, making another cup of coffee, anything but tackling that looming project. Now road 2, you dive into the project with no holds barred. You're not just climbing the mountain, you're scaling it with a magnifying glass, examining every tiny detail. The task consumes you, and you continue until it meets your perfect standards. Whether avoiding or overdoing it, both roads are paved with anxiety. This is the world of procrastination and over-preparation. Let's move on to number 5, the need for control, and it begins with a sailing on a voyage. You're the captain of a ship, and the sea is your domain. As the captain, you feel the need to control everything. The ship's course, the sail's tensions, and the crew's tasks must be under your command. Your hands are always on the wheel, your eyes constantly scanning the horizon for any signs of storm. You have a hard time delegating tasks, fearing that if you're not in control, the ship will surely sink. But no captain can control the sea. The more you try, the more stressful it becomes. This constant need for control is another sign of high-functioning anxiety. Just like a captain can't control the sea, we can't control every aspect of our lives. Number 6 is Imposter Syndrome. Picture yourself as a knight bravely stepping into a grand hall filled with fellow warriors renowned for their bravery and skill. You're here because of your achievements and your battles won. But as you look around, you can't help but feel out of place, and you start questioning if you truly belong. You've got the armor, the sword, the shield. You look every part of the knight, but inside you constantly question if you're truly worthy of your title or as capable of your fellow knights. This is what imposter syndrome can feel like for those with high-functioning anxiety. Despite their accomplishments, they feel like they're just pretending, waiting for the day they'll be found out. Let's go on to our last sign, which is constantly feeling on edge. Consider yourself an explorer in a jungle, surrounded by unknown noises and unseen threats. Every rustle in the bushes, every shadow seems like a potential danger. You're constantly alert, always on guard. The constant vigilance keeps your nerves frayed and your senses heightened. Learning techniques to manage these feelings of anticipation and constant alertness can go a long way in dealing with high-functioning anxiety. Our journey today is just a glimpse into the world of high-functioning anxiety, and I invite you to share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and remember, it's okay not to be perfect. You're not alone. Together, we can navigate the challenges of high-functioning anxiety. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I appreciate it, and it helps me spread the word to help others. Please watch the next video for more insightful discussions like this one, and until then, take care of yourself and each other. Stay positive, friends.